Welcome back. All right, so just a little bit of a news video today. A lot of this happened yesterday, but not all. And I thought about doing a news video last night, but I was watching AEW and getting ready to do an AEW video on the Entertainment Guy, and did a review of a documentary I watched on Netflix on the Entertainment Guy as well. So yeah, trying to get daily content up on that channel as well. So yesterday, Michael Stone returns to the Calgary Flames, 1 year at $750,000, so league minimum. And Eric Gudbranson continues this trend of former Canucks ending up in Calgary. They also, of course, a few days before this, signed Brad Richardson. So former Canucks, which is a video I did over a year ago. I think it was over a year ago. No, it would have been just before this season, the last season got started, after Markstrom and Tanev went there. It is a tradition that Vancouver and Calgary have this crossover, but the Flames really seem to like guys that were Canucks at one point. So yeah, Gudbranson goes to Calgary. Vancouver used to have that with Florida. Vancouver, there was a lot of players who were former Panthers who'd end up in Vancouver. Zach Parise, so they've officially announced him as an Islander now. They did this yesterday, and I thought, well, I'll wait and see what the contract's worth. Lou hasn't filed the contract with the league yet. So, Parise's a member of the Islanders, but they haven't filed the contract. It's just, that's how Lou works now, I guess. It started with Andy Green before the expansion draft. He just doesn't file the contracts very early. But yeah, so Parise's an Islander. I assume his contract will be signed before he starts playing for the team. But don't rush Lou. Lou doesn't like it. So, yeah, the Islanders definitely doubling up on veterans. And honestly, it's a pretty good team they've got put together. The expectations are pretty high for them this year. And we'll see how well they do with those expectations. The expectations for the Islanders this year might be the highest they've been, I want to say, in like decades. It feels like it's been a long time since the Islanders were seen as a viable contender for a cup. And we'll see how they deal with that pressure this year. San Jose. Russian players, right? Vladislav Kotkov is now on unconditional waivers, so they're buying him out. Odds are he's not playing in North America this year. He had 19 points in 16 games in the QMJHL last year, so he had more than a point a game in the Q, but that's as an overager. He's 21 years of age. So when a guy has more than a point a game, but he's above draft age and all that, it's kind of seen as okay, so that's nice and all, but, right? So, Kotkov, in all likelihood, headed for the KHL. And then there was something funny I saw on Twitter. The Vancouver Canucks tweet out a video, basically, hyping up the new season. Canuck fans are very Hughes, Pettersson. That's all they care. Is Hughes and Pettersson signed yet? No. It is the Canucks version of, can you take us to Mount Splashmore? Can you take us to Mount Splashmore? It just asking over and over again doesn't necessarily make it work. Although eventually Homer said yes. So they tweet out a picture of the arena, but the number one thing, everybody's complaining about the seats. All right, I've been to T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. I've been to Honda Center in Anaheim, and honestly, if you ask me, so which seats were the best? I don't know. You sit on them. I don't, and I never really went into the Vancouver. Into Rogers and went, well, I can't sit down here. These seats are maroon. The team's wearing blue. How are we going to know who to cheer for? I'm confused. So it's not a thing. But again, people want blue seats and they want this and they want that. And then they'd get mad if the ticket prices went up after all those changes were made. But it's bizarre to me because again, are the seats in Rogers the most comfortable? They're better than the Pacific Coliseums. Does the color matter? No, it really could not be less important than that, and at least to me. I am more curious about Hughes Pettersson, but I've kind of just given up on that right now. We'll see. I'm leaving the house today, so it is possible they will sign today. So since I'm leaving the house today, it is possible something big's going to take place. So keep your eyes open for that. And of course, today being September 11th, I'm going to mention it here. It's been mentioned on a lot of the NHL accounts. 20 years now since 9/11. And that was kind of a watershed moment for a lot of things. I remember I was at work when it took place. My coworkers, myself, we were in shock. I couldn't believe it. When I came home, straight to the TV, and just it was something that affected most people a lot, because the Twin Towers in New York were just, that was part of the skyline. And what's interesting too is if you watch the documentaries on the Twin Towers, when they were originally made, they were seen as kind of ugly and kind of boring, and eventually they just became that iconic part of the New York skyline. So it was jarring when they weren't there anymore. And so it's been 20 years. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but it has. I still remember that was my daughter's first day of school. And she came home and we're like, well, we'll let her watch the news, because this is all people are going to be talking about. So there you go, 20 years. It doesn't feel like it's been that long, and it feels like it's been a lot longer. It feels like it's a lifetime ago. So, all right, there you go. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. We are into about the middle of September here, so definitely getting more into the rainy season here, which lasts until May. So, all right, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.